Minister John Mooney reported in the Times yesterday that the person of interest in last week's Parnell Square stabbing was the subject of at least one deportation order since coming to Ireland. And the Sunday Independent reported that he had been in the country for 23 years and has never worked while in the state. So, to echo a question posed by Aisling Murphy's boyfriend in his victim impact statement, how does someone come to live here for over 20 years and never be expected to work? Could you answer that as the Social Protection Minister?
Yeah, well, of course, just to be clear here, we don't want to conflate issues. This was about a terrible and an awful stabbing that took place. 3 little children. It'd break your heart, and what happened there. So I can't speak about specific individuals and what their entitlements are. All I do know is that he was an Irish citizen, and when you're an Irish citizen, you're entitled to all the benefits that all of us receive when we need them. As I said, there's obviously going to be criminal investigations and criminal proceedings, and I really wouldn't want to say anything that would impact on any of that.
Sure, I wouldn't ask you about the specifics of the case, but this individual, assuming these reports are accurate, would have been long-term unemployed before he received citizenship, and we know that these kinds of instances happen. So in a general sense, what I'm asking is, do you think it's right that somebody could come to Ireland and live here for decades potentially unemployed and receiving social welfare? Is that really an appropriate situation in your view?
Well, whether the perpetrator of that awful act receives social welfare or not is not the issue here. But what I would say to you is that anybody that's on social welfare, and we have the lowest figures ever in terms of unemployment, they are subject to all the job activation measures to try and get them into employment. And if they don't engage in those, we do take action. And I will continue to make sure that we take action.
I think that might be kind of a separate issue to what I'm asking you, though, Minister. Again, what I'm asking is, do you think it's appropriate that somebody could come from abroad and avail of social welfare, avail of these kinds of things that are on offer while never working for years and years and years at a time? Is that an acceptable situation that we should be standing over?
Well, I think you have to remember here that when somebody comes to Ireland, there's a process that they go through. And it takes a number of years. Some people say that we should be processing them more quickly, and we're trying to do that. We're speeding that up. If they get Irish citizenship, they're entitled to the benefits that everybody else has.
But we're talking about before. I mean, I'll put it this way: under EU regulations, which I'm sure you're familiar with, it's specifically outlined that we do not have to accept anybody who would be an unreasonable burden to the state. That people should be able to support themselves once coming here. That's clear under EU law. So shouldn't we be applying those rules then and ensuring that people aren't coming here who can't support themselves?
I think what people come here for many, many different reasons. And people are often traumatised. They find themselves that they need the support. If they're Irish citizens, they will get that. Their application has to be processed first until such time as that they get the allowance of €38 per week. But their application must be processed, and that's the determination of social welfare then, whether they get whatever benefits, if they are, but they will be treated the same as any Irish citizen once they get citizenship.
So you think it's okay?
Look, I think I've answered your question now.
Thanks, folks.
Okay, thank you.